Welcome back, everyone. We are watching more Invincible, episode 2 of season 2. Storm here.
Tom here.
We were looking up voice actors. We love it when a lot of the Walking Dead cast joins.
Ross Marquand does the voice of the Immortal. If you guys don't know who that is, that's Aaron on The Walking Dead.
Yes.
Then you also got Carrie Payton, who, does his voice too.
Love him.
Yeah, I love his voice. He does so many voices, like Cyborg from Teen Titans. It's just great hearing familiar voices, because sometimes you go, oh, I know that voice. Who is that? And you force you to look it up.
Oh, I know, because sometimes they sound like someone that it's not that actual person. I'm like, wait a second.
Oh, and Zachary Quinto does the voice of Robot.
Yeah, Spock.
There you go.
See, I know him. So, shall we get into episode 2 then?
Let's do it.
This is why I quit superheroing. I mean, you only get to say goodbye to high school once. It needs to be enjoyed, appreciated.
Nope, see you later.
You'll be here. You promise. Look at you.
A little busy.
Thieves, rapists, criminals.
Oh, God. He's...
All so ignorant of your true crimes against terra firma. What is it with you and historical monuments? So, Professor Seismic, right?
Yeah.
Duck Seismic.
Why does he remind me of Aang from Airbender for some reason?
Because of his big eyes and bald head.
The way he moves, yeah.
Oh, maybe. He's not in the airbender. Oh, boy.
Heroes are useless against the power of dark.
Oh.
As the great
He
Abraham
tried.
Lincoln once said,
He can only do so much.
whatever you are, be a good one. Did he though? Did he really say that? It doesn't sound very Lincoln-y.
Marcus Sebastian. I thought we weren't keeping secrets from each other anymore.
Some secrets should never be revealed. Justine. Everyone please rise. Congratulations, graduates.
Oops.
People, be original. Be
Invincible. It's encouraging. That'd be awesome at the end of this episode if that cap comes back down. Oh, jeez.
They grow on trees.
superhero friends. I mean, Eve specifically. Mark won't even take me flying anymore. Oh, yes.
He's so funny.
Graduation and new beginnings. Mark?
I'm on call. Cecil might need me. Martians? Is that how you say it? Martians? I have to visit the urination chamber. Don't know how else to say this. Please don't kill me!
Please don't kill me.
Spare me! I won't fill you again. I swear on my 3-chambered heart, just please do not stab all 3 of them. Christ on a Christmas tree. No one's killing anybody. But effective immediately. You're taking a temporary leave till you can get your head on straight.
Head on straight. Oh. Nope, just the same.
Yeah, but I'm not getting paid for it.
What the hell do you think you're doing? You scared the piss out of my entire crew.
I'm just trying to help.
How do I know that's the code?
You know what? Go stuff your coat up your ass. I live in that building, and if it was up to the bureaucrats, we'd be sleeping in high school gyms until Labor Day. Thanks.
Can't please everybody.
Mommy! Does this mean we can go home now?
It's about time someone cut through all the red tape and did something, instead of just talking about it. You know how long I've been paying the city to clean up that mess? 6 years.
Wow.
Oh, but unless you know somebody, good luck.
It's not just objects, even trees. She's growing them.
Yeah.
Beach trip. You and me. Somewhere tropical with a fancy hotel. Bermuda. Maybe St. Lucia. The last time I did this on my own, half a city got destroyed. I understand. No, you don't. Let me finish. I understand why you think you have to prove yourself, but you don't. You're a good person. No one thinks you're going to turn out like your father. Then why would you to go. Wait, Mark, wait.
No, don't leave it like that. Oh, freaking cabinet.
Wait, I know that look.
What?
Oh, are you shitting me? You goddamn geriatric hypocrite. Don't do this. Please.
He's
We
losing
call them
everything.
heroes, role models, protectors, but no one ever expected to call the guardians of the globe victims. Welcome to our first annual commemoration of the massacre that
That's
shook
so weird.
the world. We began by honoring Aquarius, king of Atlantis. So weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
Let me know when you're done playing tourist.
Hey, anyone would do that. Whoa.
Huge shit.
Darkwing was at my 12th birthday party, so I'm pretty sure he doesn't kill people. Also, pretty sure he's dead. Killed by your father, Invincible. Which is why I carry on his work.
Gotcha.
I was Nightboy, his assistant.
Night boy.
Assistant? What do you mean? Sidekick? We don't use that term.
Whoa. Yeah.
I felt that. Hungry things.
Yeah.
Even I don't dare to stay too long. But I hope you like it.
How do you get out?
Because you are never leaving. I like the old Darkwing better. I'm the hero here. I'm saving the world from Omni-Man's son. Hey, don't call me that. Let go. Not until you take me back.
Uh-oh.
Guess who they'll eat first?
Oh, it's gonna be huge.
You would never. Like you said, I'm Omni-Man's son. You have no capable of.
Fluffy?
There. Now let go.
Whoa.
Mark, we lost you for a minute. No dangerous stuff until he's ready. And he calls the shots. You have my word. Sir, the Mars file you requested.
I want to hear his story. Yeah.
Donald?
How?
Are you okay?
Bobby Hill?
She was just...
How did you survive that? I know there's so many questions, like how?
I know.
Told you, sweetie, everything's fine. You don't sound fine, Mom.
Flying off to God knows where, doing God knows what.
All right, well, I'm here now, okay? You don't have to work some minimum wage job like a teenager. I can give you and Mom whatever you want.
I've provided for this family longer than you've been alive.
There, 24 karat. You can sell this.
Turn it back.
You're being stubborn for no reason.
I said
I would take
change
it.
it back.
Because she's not taking from anything else. She's making it out of nothing, right? So,
I have to run.
You to lunch.
good.
Ooh, unexpected, but appreciated. Let me go grab my bag. There's this great Thai place down the street. You brought me to Paris?
Don't look back, eh?
Is that a casino?
That's Vegas?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so it's just Las Vegas. Okay? You only get an hour for lunch, and I can't fly you to Europe that fast.
I was going to say, that's pretty fast.
So,
Not ripping your skin
Oh,
off.
jeez.
kiss you anyway.
Go save the world, Invincible. Just make sure the voice in your ear isn't the only one you listen to.
Have to take me
Can
home
you bring it
first.
back to work?
Way too good for me!
Really? Leaving her there? She's up
Also,
high.
Get back to work first.
Yeah.
There you go.
Is to marry his widow.
What?
What?
It's an honor. When you think about it.
I can't marry a fish! I have a girlfriend!
Relax. Strictly
What?
symbolic. All you have to do is go through the ceremony. Maybe kiss the bride. And all
It's gonna be more.
moves on. It's easy.
Okay, but like, will I have to, you know,
Uh,
what exactly am I looking at?
You're right.
why is it up to him? Because of his father?
Sorry, kid. I got another
Yeah.
fire to put out.
If he didn't go back on the job, would he even have to do this? Or
Yeah,
who would they
probably.
take?
What do you think we are, savages?
I don't know.
Oh, thank God.
But
I mean, thank you.
That
That's
rabbit's
not it.
dynamite.
Seems a little unfair.
he's so cute. Oh, oh, that's a lure or something. That's
Oh, it's a lure.
Can I go now?
Oh boy. Like one of those anglerfish.
It's a squeaky toy.
That makes a lot more sense. Hi.
So pleased to meet you. Come on in. And last but not least,
I'm gonna feel bad for whoever gets this
I
house.
love it. It looks recently renovated.
It looks like they didn't even know what they were doing. She's not your
Jeez.
Oh,
What was that?
Did we mention the spacious garage? Why don't you all go ahead? I'll meet you there in a jiffy.
wow. Crap.
We got Godzilla yell.
Yeah.
Talk to me, kid.
Can't hear it now. It's the only thing holding it at bay, and everyone's gonna freak out.
Yeah.
You're not your father, Mark.
That's why I'm going back. Okay. Now we can do this.
That animation was really cool.
Yeah.
That's not good, but funny.
When Debbie came to speak with you, she seemed distressed when she.
Oh, he doesn't
she
remember.
saw me. She's a distressed person.
Wow,
He's
what
probably a
happened? How'd they
clone.
bring him back? Yeah,
He's probably a clone. Has no
probably.
memories.
Anything else, Donald? No.
Have you seen my father, Hank?
Tell you what, boy.
Bobby.
It was unstable. That's
Oh,
why the city
no.
never built there. It's a miracle.
Oh no!
This is what happens when you think rules are just for us pathetic normal people.
Oh, that's
Your
awful.
powers don't make you a hero. They make
You know, I
you
thought of that, too.
dangerous.
I know when the lady said that, the construction worker. Maybe there's an invisible guy there who just pops open that cabinet.
Door's fixed.
Hug. No hug.
He wants to cry.
Good.
I am a normal human superhero.
That's scary. So that's what happened to him.
Am I in?
He's gonna say sure.
Yes, we were defeated. Yes, it was embarrassing. Yes, it was my plan. But we are not a joke. No matter what social media says,
Got a deep voice for that.
we are the Lizard League.
Whoa! Was it that lady next to him?
If anyone is going to turn this organization around, it's going to be King Lizard. Any objections?
Oh my god! Like, who are these people?
After our ultimatum, they ambushed my dad with experimental quantum bombs. Still cost them most of Europe. Then they just
Holy crap, this is the other version of him.
brought me when I finally had to sleep.
Interesting.
freeze! Who the hell are you?
Heh.
I
It's Donald.
It's Cecil and Donald, yeah.
And whose problem are you?
His. Well, not his.
Cecilia?
Close enough. Make him pay for what he did to your world.
What? Stop! Hey, you promised you'd help me! Hey! Don't leave me here! Hey!
Wow.
So are we going to start seeing all these different versions of what could happen? Because that was the Invincible from the beginning, right?
No, well, we don't really know what dimension he was from.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's the one from before. But I don't know, you're right, because he's like, you said you would help me.
Yeah, because it sounds like they already took out his father in that universe.
Yeah.
And they wore him down and captured him.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's the same universe, because his universe, they were still running rampant.
Yeah. Levy, he's pretty scary. We haven't seen much yet what he's going to do in this new form, but it's going to be disastrous.
Well, like I said last episode, he can go to any universe he wants, get any knowledge that he needs to get what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
So he's pretty much has an endless amount of resources at his disposal.
Yeah.
That makes him very dangerous.
Yeah. And how long will he live in this form? You know, I mean, it looks like it's extremely painful. He was coughing up a lot of blood, but maybe it'll be a while, like enough time where he can still cause a lot of problems.
He might be able to find a way to fix himself in one of the other universes too. I mean,
maybe.
Like I said, he's got endless amount of resources.
Yeah. Again, it's a fun idea with the multiverse. I'm calling it that, but these different dimensions that they're going to and seeing different versions of the characters, like the female versions of Cecil and Donald. And I was so confused about Donald last episode, and how subtle that was a good way to show it, because he was grabbed by Omni-Man and crushed from the back, and then he exploded, and I'm like, he didn't survive that. So I'm thinking this? He doesn't even know.
It kind of feels like he's a clone. That's my guess, because it would make sense that he doesn't have the memories of what happened up until just probably what was fed to him or implanted in him without what happened recently to his last person. So yeah. I'm going with the clone version. That's my guess.
Yeah. I agree, because there's no way they could have revived or tried to get the body at that point. There'd be nothing left. So I'm kind of like, it's a clone. And the way that Donald was asking questions to Cecil, like saying like, you know, why was she so surprised to see me, and said these things. It wasn't just confusion. It seems like it's deeper than that. Like, he already has a lot of questions and interacted with people that didn't fully understand why they were seeing him then. So I'm kind of thinking that it's not just confusion. He's like, it's more involved, where he understands to a certain extent that, okay, something's really messed up. Yeah. I don't remember what happened at this point in my life, and these questions really hit hard, where it adds to my blackout of why I don't remember that. So,
well, I'm thinking too
curious.
that I just had another thought. What if Angstrom from this universe, from our universe, or their universe, you know, is helping them and actually pulled him from another universe that was being destroyed or something?
Right when you started to say that, I was like, okay, where's Tom going? I'm like, oh my God, he's going to go to Angstrom about it. So yeah, that is a possibility, but why doesn't he remember events before, unless his memory was erased by someone else?
If he's from a different universe, maybe his events up to that point were different.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe they pulled him out without telling him that they pulled him out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because there's a lot of universes that are going to be very close to your current universe, but if something catastrophic is going to happen, maybe they pulled him out before it went kablooey and put him into our universe, so it's like he never left.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know it, but the people who didn't know it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a conspiracy inside itself.
Yeah. Yeah, so I want to know more about his situation, because we love Donald in the first season. Bobby Hill, Tom. You like to say Bobby Hill.
I can't
he does
get over
kind of
it.
Look like him. He does.
He looks a lot like it, and I'll keep calling him that forever because he looks
honestly,
like.
because he's so similar, I think maybe they did that on purpose. You know, I mean,
I don't know
it's not
about
the
that,
same
but-
thing, but they have superheroes that resemble superheroes that we know. Maybe they're just having fun with the character designs and like, hey, we really like King of the Hill, so let's have Bobby Hill in here.
I like seeing the female versions of them too. That was kind of funny.
That was really funny. I'm like, what's their names? You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. And so we're getting introduced to all these different superheroes, villains, seeing that astronaut guy who got like infected by that alien race. Remember they took over that whole like the whole team that was on that planet. They were on Mars or something, and that one guy escaped, and we didn't really see what happened to him after that. So here, I guess he's being a superhero. He's a shapeshifter guy, and the way he was explaining things, like it didn't make any sense. So I'm like, oh yeah, this guy's not from Earth.
He was doing the classic. I'm normal. I'm from Earth. I was born
Obviously,
here.
yeah.
You know, so I mean, it's in a way, it's kind of like if he's fooling the Guardians that easily with something
And
so
the
simple
Immortal,
and basic.
I think so for sure, but Robot, I don't think as much.
Yeah, because Robot was questioning it, but still, I'm like, even for not the smartest person in the world, if you start saying I was born a baby human,
I know that's
here
the
on
funniest
Earth,
part.
it's like, okay, come on, guys, wake up.
The original superheroes that were brutally murdered the first season, like we saw the sidekick of what was his name, Darkwing. And so he wanted revenge, but he was a little crazy, and he was in this dark realm, which is actually kind of cool. Shadow realm, I love that idea.
But that Shadow realm, I'm curious as to what's in there, because I mean, it made him scared.
Yeah,
he's like, I don't even stay in here that long.
Yeah, and Mark, luckily he was able to grab him to help him get out, because he's like, it seemed like he wouldn't be able, you can't just walk into it. It seems like you have to know what you're doing or understand the Shadow Realm in order to exit it. So it's good that
what
he was
was
able
his
to get out.
name? Something Boy.
Night Boy.
Night Boy. So it sounds like his powers operate in the shadows, hence the Shadow Realm, which that city that he was in was perfect environment for him. But too bad he's kind of losing it and, taking things to his own.
And maybe being in that realm does that to you, like really makes you lose your mind.
Well, I mean, it sounds like, they're cursed, but they sound like they're cut off from the rest of the world.
Yeah.
So, as far as they know that, Omni-Man was the one who took out everything, and he's trying to make things what he feels is right. So every little thing is a big problem to him. That's why he's going so crazy against just regular thugs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so you have this dark realm on Earth. It's easier said than done, but why do people even stay there? I mean, everyone
Maybe
has
they can't
their
get
reasons. Maybe they can't get out. They can't afford to. Who knows? But yeah, so I think he really lost his mind being in this dome. To be reminded of these superheroes we lost in the first season and seeing like what happened with their sidekicks or family members or whatever, and just having the Immortal back in the picture. I know like he comes back. He came back a couple times already, a few times. I don't know if I like him being the leader. I know he's been doing this for thousands of years or whatnot, but I just feel like...
But I think, most recently he had, probably one of the biggest betrayals he's ever had, with Omni-Man.
Yeah.
And now he has a lot of mistrust in, Invincible. He doesn't really trust his Guardians because they're still young. I mean, if you think about it, all the Guardians were thrown into this really important role of being the Guardians when in a typical world it wouldn't happen that way. You'd be one person would be introduced with all the experienced people. They'd, over time they would get better and better and better. Then another person would be introduced, but you had the whole team wiped out in one shot.
Yeah.
So you have a whole new team trying to figure themselves out. So yeah, it's very rough. So Immortal doesn't trust his team as far as working together and getting the job done. He doesn't trust Invincible. He's screwing around with one of his coworkers, so to speak. So there's something a little off about him right now.
There is. I noticed that too.
Here we go on the thing where we don't know if Angstrom is pulling people from other dimensions, and that could be an Immortal from another dimension.
I know, we're going to get paranoid. There's just too many questions possibilities.
The possibilities are infinite, when you start messing around with the multiverse. I mean, who's to say he's not?
So let's just say he is part of the main universe, our universe, and I'm thinking, because the wheel has to be broken, that the Immortal, he's been a professional in this field, leading superheroes for thousands of years, and he actually had Omni-Man with him for an extremely long time and never knew how bad he was. I mean, like, who would? It was very convincing that he was a good guy. He fought with them for so long, but
Well,
maybe
he was
they
a good guy until he decided he wasn't.
Well, he always wasn't. He was just
Well, yeah, but
being
as
a
far as I
certain
knew, he
way
was.
to get where he had to be or whatever. So, anyways, like, I think the Immortal has good intentions still. Like, he wants to protect and all that. But I kind of think it has to be someone new. So I think Robot, when he starts to get used to his human body, and I think, like, he would possibly be a good leader again. Maybe even better than he was before, because now he has emotions too, and hopefully that'll help him make better decisions. I know that could be debatable, but I think, like, that would help him to be more compassionate in certain things, like not always about the numbers, whatever.
For
so
certain
anyways,
decisions, yeah.
Yeah, I think the Immortal, down the road at least, can't be the leader, because his way, it just has to be new and changed. I don't know, maybe not, but I just feel like he shouldn't be, like, the permanent leader.
Well, I feel like, we've seen the Immortal a few times now, and I feel like he's different now than
I
he
agree.
was
I think he is
before.
different.
So I'm starting to have a hunch that he might be from another dimension where, again, it was similar to ours, but he might not be exactly kosher, I guess I want to say.
Yeah.
He
How much
might
do
be
you...
good, but not, not morally good, if he needs to be.
Yeah, I hope he is good, but you're right, because he does feel different. Not that we really knew him well the first season, because he died, like, first episode or whatever, but yeah, I kind of get that vibe too. And how much do you trust Cecil? I mean, right away, I do trust him, but I feel like there's stuff that's not being said. I think he is being
There's
truthful to Debbie.
absolutely stuff that's not being said.
Yeah, and...
I trust Cecil. Okay, I want to say I trust Cecil. He wants to do the right thing. But he's kind of, I want to kind of put him with, like, Nick Fury. I don't know if you remember in, like, the whole MCU, for a while there he was developing weapons, to help when the Avengers aren't around.
Yes.
And then when the Avengers found out about it, they were very, very pissed off about it. So I'm thinking it's something kind of like that. I mean, we know, especially when they're pulling up his audio, Mark's audio from Underseas, and they heard that tone that really hurt Mark, and they're going to go research that, because they're developing some kind of weapons to fight Omni-Man or Mark if they feel like he's not going to be cooperative anymore.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if. I really truly believe that Cecil is trying to do what he feels is the best move, but he has to do a lot of stuff in secrecy in order to accomplish that, because he doesn't want the people know. He doesn't want his team to know. He doesn't fully trust them.
Yeah.
But he has to have a contingency plan in case they go rogue.
I agree, and he did that in the first season too, because he didn't trust Omni-Man. And he was, like, building stuff, right? Like, just in case, like, what if scenarios. But here, I don't blame Cecil at all for doing that. And I do trust him, but I don't, like, 100% trust him, because I get he's trying to do what is right. But I think he's going to make some wrong decisions doing that. And talking to Deb, I think he truly does want to help Mark, but he doesn't fully trust Mark, which I really don't blame him. Mark is different from his father, but he is so incredibly strong. Look what his father's capable of.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, if Mark decides to go rogue and decides not to listen to anybody anymore and does his own thing and maybe starts becoming like his father, if Cecil doesn't do anything as a contingency plan, then they're all screwed. I mean, they got nothing.
Yeah.
He's one of the most powerful superheroes out there right now. As far as we know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I hate to think that way, but you gotta kind of have some kind of a backup. Otherwise, you're just completely going on trust. And if he gets, I mean, even if it's not Mark's fault, if he gets just mind controlled by somebody who has a strong power for mind control, they're all screwed. I mean, what are you going to do?
I'm just going to throw this out there right now, but just thinking about what Mark went through underwater with that fish race, I'm like, you know, that was a huge mistake that Cecil made. And for them doing a ton of research and having to keep peace and keep the oceans in order and all that, like, to make that kind of silly mistake, like, oh, their laws are not the same. Like, their laws changed a long time ago. And for him to get challenged by this insane beast underwater and then saying, like, oh, that sounds like, I kind of wonder if that was a test that Cecil purposely said the wrong thing just to throw Mark off and just see if he could go against this weapon that was there. Like, maybe they have some other mission with the fish people and they just had to lure him down there. And then he's like, oh, this wasn't the plan. Like, Cecil's still on his side. So he's like, this wasn't the plan. So we're going to send backup. I don't know. But then after that, we saw Invincible make that decision to go back, even though he was ordered to leave. He did actually go back because he didn't want the fish people to die. So he went and did something opposite of what he thought his father would do.
Right.
So I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just throwing that in there.
It could kind of be a little bit of both. Mm-hmm. You know, maybe the Queen and stuff did want to have a trial with him. I can't remember what the Aqua person's name was from the beginning, but when maybe before he died, they had some kind of a they kind of knew about this creature down there that had this sound that affected him, Omni-Man, that maybe he wanted to, you know, revitalize that research again and see what they can find out. I'm
hoping our Mark will stay good, but I think he's going to go dark for a bit because
I don't
of all
think
these different challenges.
Yeah, he might lose self-control a little bit. You know, just because he hasn't, like, his mother just had that little breakdown. You know, she let all her anger out because she saw, you know, a couple having an argument that she was not fond of because it was.
Oh yeah, that was bad. That was actually pretty bad. He seemed abusive, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I make the money, I make the calls.
Who does it in front of people? That's immediately. I'm like, that's of course a red flag because like you don't yell or demean someone like that in front of people either.
Well, I mean, towards the end, you know, that's kind of how Nolan and her relationship went because.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
She found out that he was treating her like a pet. Mm-hmm. You know, and
how awful.
But that was the first time she was able to express her raw emotions and get it out. You know, before she was sad, she cried, but it just wasn't letting it out. You know, and Mark hasn't really had that yet.
Yeah.
He hasn't really let it out. Going, you know, just. I don't want to say he's bottling up because he has talked about it, but he hasn't really fully expressed how he feels exactly, you know, what's going on inside him. But I know that people around him recognize that. I know Cecil knows that. That's why he was trying to tell him to take a break. And, you know, Mark was taking that as he doesn't trust me.
Yeah.
It's probably a little bit of both, I'm sure, you know, because you have to be prepared for everything, especially in Cecil's position where he's kind of in charge of the safety of, you know, everything.
You know, and that's huge. And that's the thing, too. And I get Debbie being a mom. She's protective of her son. And Mark is a good person. But, you know, how she's like, you have to 100% trust him. Like, no, because then he's not really doing his job 100%. Because just because you know this kid, like, look at all the crap that just happened. Look at his strong powers. Like, he's more than a nuclear bomb that can go off.
How long
you got to protect everyone.
How long was Omni-Man on Earth protecting the world under their supervision? Mm-hmm. And if they 100% trusted Omni-Man, you know, things would have been a lot worse. Or things, I mean, if Invincible wasn't there, things would have been a lot worse too. But, you know, I'm saying you can't put all your eggs in one basket. You know what I mean? If you drop that basket, everything's gone.
Yep.
So it's kind of on the same thing. It's like, I don't trust him fully, but I think there's a reason for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. I agree.
I don't want to start like putting negative things against Cecil because I believe he's trying to do it for a good cause that he doesn't want to, that he never wants to hopefully use. Mm-hmm. But then again, on the flip side, how do we know this is the Cecil from our universe and not from some other universe? I mean, this whole thing with the universes could be mind-boggling, and you can constantly go, what if, what if, what if? I mean, the whole thing with Donald, is he a clone? Is he from another universe? I mean, is he Bobby Hill? I mean, who knows?
We're only 2 episodes in, so hopefully we'll find out more and get more answers. But,
Yeah.
okay, now throwing in Martian Man, because he died, of course, last season. And then we saw something, I think, towards the end about a possibility of him coming back, or I don't remember.
The shapeshifter, he was shapeshifting into him when he was sitting down eating that frozen pizza.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's part of Martian Man's race, if that's where those symbiotic creatures are from, or if he just shapeshifted because he saw his image on TV.
I know, so I got a lot more questions there as well. I hope I really think he's going to break away from Cecil a little bit, because right now he thinks that being with Cecil is the right thing to do, but he doesn't like the orders he's getting, so I think he is going to break away a bit.
Oh, I think Mark realizes that he does need some structure right now, because his thoughts are all over the place. But I think eventually, once he starts realizing that Cecil is doing something behind his back, he's not going to like it, and that's going to kind of push him away. So it's something we definitely have to look for in the future. But I have a feeling that there's going to be some bad blood between them, and hopefully it's not enough where Cecil has to take action against him. But
I hope not. I really hope not. And just to throw this in there too, like the Mahler brothers or Mahler twins, like I miss them. Like they were always fun.
One of them was always a clone anyway, so I mean,
like I was the original. No, I am the original.
Yeah, so I mean, one of them is still alive. So who's to say you can't clone another one?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he doesn't look so good either. But who knows? And then we could probably see other versions from other universes or something. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're gone for good. They're just, hit hard, and they're going to take some time to recover. But I'm sure we'll see them all again. I'm not too worried about it.
Yes. Thank you so much for watching. Can't wait for episode 3. Please subscribe to see the next video. And we'll see you very soon, as always. Bye, guys.
Bye. Toodles.